Welcome back, everyone, from the broom cupboard. This is the Super Kelly Brothers podcast, episode 284 for the 26th of January 2025. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly. Yo.
Happy Bun Supper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, that was yesterday. I was just making the point there to Sloan that we're dressed up like children's TV presenters. Rod, Jane, and Freddie. Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Right. Oh, because the other one, we were a blue one.
Or a yellow one.
Have the primary colours. Or a yellow one, yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. For all you guys in the know.
This is one of my Levi's tops, this one.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Man. You can't hide money.
How do you know I didn't steal it from my clothesline?
That's true, actually. Good point. Yeah, Buns, did you do anything for it?
No.
Do you like haggis?
No.
Did you have a whiskey?
No.
Oh,
well,
nothing at all.
Okay. Well, sort of, kind of. So let's just pretend the Kilmarnock papers are related to this because he took the Kilmarnock papers to Edinburgh to get them published. So I had some Innocent Gun last night. That's the tenuous link. What?
You're sponsoring us.
I know. And if you wouldn't mind, send us a couple of cases.
Cheers.
That'd be great. Cheers. I was actually in Edinburgh today to Robbie Burns, Scotland's national poet, and of course our local hero because he grew up in here.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
We didn't just before you start about Edinburgh. We didn't celebrate yesterday either, but I did.
No, well, there you go. Ooh. Oh, did you? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I guess supper doesn't count though.
An Andrew.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
That wasn't a haggis supper. It was proper, like Balmoral chicken Evelyn made. The chicken wrapped in bacon with haggis.
I know what Balmoral chicken is. I'm not a heathen.
I'm explaining it to everybody else.
Oh, right. Okay, I see. Because they might be from America. And although they have the last name Mackay, or as they call it, call it McKay, Mackey's ice cream. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, we were in Edinburgh, but before we went to Edinburgh, which we weren't expecting to, but all the ScotRail services were down today, which is why because of the chaos and all that kind of stuff. I hope everybody's okay because I think there's some people are still suffering through no power. As well.
Our power cut. You had a bit of a time of it, didn't you? Your chimney snapped going.
I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah. Well, that's so we lost a chimney pot. It wasn't the stack; it was just the chimney pot.
Just the pot, right? Okay.
We got a bit of a leak in the kitchen, which is obviously where you keep leaks anyway, along with tomatoes and other vegetables. And then 2 trees blew down across our driveway. So one of our neighbours there blocking my exit exactly. And so we got in a tree surgeon type guy, and he turned up with a telehandler and a mate, and just chainsawed the heck out of it. So our neighbour now has a garden full of logs, which is great because we actually, because it's a conservation village, so we actually have people who can come by and like take out those logs and then use them because it's they've got log burning stoves. Good. So
I think that'd be a good job, actually. See if I wasn't so frightened of heights. I think that'd be a good job.
Or chainsaws.
Or chainsaws. That's the kind of main thing.
Because the whipper, they break that chain, whips around, takes your arm off. That's my fear. We used to use chainsaws though when we were kids.
We did. To cut the wood.
We used to chop wood. This actually came up at work because one of my colleagues is using a Yotel fire because I recognised it because of the logo on the side of their fire, their stove, and so we're talking about my mum making drop scones, or Scottish pancakes, and so they made a batch up and said they were delicious on the Yotel. But yeah, we used to chop. Jody and I used to chop logs when we were kids, and then we moved to staves. So we moved to the barrel staves from the local distillery. So Dad got these staves, and of course we couldn't use an axe to do that. So he's like, well, I'll just buy a chainsaw. So Jodie and I, kids, just chainsaws.
Early teen, 12, 13.
12, 13.
With a chainsaw.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
No. The only thing I learned ever about chainsaws, other than the fact that don't touch the blade when it's moving, is you'll go through quite a bit of oil.
Was it a petrol chainsaw?
No, it was an electric Black & Decker. It was a teal color. It was like the same color. It was like the same color as the Switch. It was like that color.
Aye.
And it was Black & Decker. On the side of it. Yeah. We used to cut the logs or chop the logs, and then we used to have to stack them. That was the other job that we had to do.
I've often wanted a chainsaw in adult life, but everyone wouldn't let me.
Anna-Marie wants one. Yeah, I won't let her.
What was she wanting one for?
I don't know. Well, so when we lived in Canada, we had like these big Lelandai tree things that were like 15 feet tall, and she said, "Oh, I could go with one of them and a chainsaw, and I could chop it." And I'm like, "No." I said, "I've seen you with the shear things. Like I've repaired so many cords because Anna-Marie's going."
No, really?
The thing like that. And I'm like, there's no way I'm letting you loose with a chainsaw.
No.
So
she'll be swinging it around her head,
exactly like the Chainsaw Massacre.
Exactly.
So instead, I got a set of scaffolds, and then we used.
That's
that
a good compromise.
instead.
So she just stands on the scaffolding all day.
Going,
some sort of art installation.
Exactly.
Anna-Marie wants you to come over and see her new thing.
People used to come in and they would bypass the Niagara Falls and just head straight up to the north end of town to see Anna-Marie and her chainsaw on a scaffold.
Wow. There you go.
True story.
The two people that have just come into that conversation won't have a clue
what?
Right, I think we better crack on.
Probably. It's a good idea. Oscar nominums.
Yep.
Phenomenums. Well, what would we go through the list of Oscars, but we keep doing this earlier and earlier and earlier because the nominations for things like the Golden Globes, I think, were nominated in November, and we just had them.
Well, so see this, we've got a more educated guess about these ones than we did. We were a bit in the dark about certain movies, weren't we?
Aye, yeah.
The Brutalist, we thought was a live action version of American Tail, for example.
We did. A retelling of the classic Somewhere Out There. Out there. And it is not. It is completely separate. Adrian Brody apparently is a godsend in that movie. He's a tour de force.
And our own wee oh god, what'd you call her from Rogue One?
Felicity Jones.
I think she's in it as well.
Oh, is she? All right. Okay. Cool.
I might be wrong.
So, Emilia Perez has been nominated 13 times.
Yep.
I watched it.
Let's not do
that. Let's go through the nominations.
Yeah, let's do that
I'll
first.
Come back with my thoughts in the second half of the show. The what you're watching part of it.
Yes.
Keep people guessing what I'm thinking of it.
I think we can guess.
So,
anyway,
I loved it. Best Picture. I thought it was bloody marvelous. Best Picture. Anora. Don't know that.
Would you call me
Anora?
What?
The Brutalist. A Complete Unknown.
Right. Both films I want to see.
James Mangold directing.
Yeah.
Conclave. Ralph Fiennes.
Right. Cool.
It's all about finding a new pope.
Right,
June
okay.
Part 2, which is all about finding a new pope.
No,
New Messiah, actually.
a Messiah.
Yeah. Emilia Perez, which is all about finding a plot. I mean,
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm Still Here. I don't know that one either.
I'm Still
What is
Here.
that
I
one?
know that one. I do know that one.
You should be on the phone
I'm gonna
and then
kick. I'm
checking
gonna
these
kick.
things out.
Gonna
Oh,
kick
it's it's not what I thought it was. Former Congresswoman returns to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil after 6 years of self-exile following the revocation of her tenure in the outset of the 1964 Brazilian coup d'etat. Living in an idyllic house near Leblon Beach with his wife Eunice and their 5 children, he returns to his civil career while continuing to support expatriates while discussing his activities with his family. So I guess it's a...
That's not the movie I was thinking of. I was thinking of You Were Never
Yeah.
Really Here, which was Joaquin Phoenix.
All right. Okay. Yeah, no.
That's a crazy film, by the way.
Yeah. Nickel Boys, which apparently is one of the ones that's slipped under the radar as far as releases are concerned, and no one's seen it or heard of it, and apparently it's really good. Nickel Boys. The Substance, which you've seen, I believe.
Excellent. Yep.
With Demi Moore.
Yep.
And then some musical, Wicked or something, I don't know what it's called, which, by all accounts, is fantastic.
It's doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Yeah. I've always wanted to see. I've genuinely always wanted to see Wicked ever since because I heard the soundtrack for it when it was Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, and I thought, oh, the songs are quite catchy in there. So I've always wanted to sort of see the musical, but
well,
I'll wait till it's on streaming.
It's going to be on streaming soon. So
I would have thought so. Yeah. They've made their money.
I think the premium streaming is on already. I think it's on that. Maybe you can watch it for the premium price just now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Best actor: Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. I don't know what Sing Sing is either. Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice.
Do you know that? Do you know?
Do you think he'll win it?
Ralph Fiennes has never got an Oscar.
Seriously?
Never won an Oscar.
That man. Okay, so he should have. I don't know if he was. I can't remember if he was nominated
he's got to be the
should have won it for
actor.
that.
He's got to be the greatest actor out that's never got his hand in an Oscar.
What did it
got to be?
Yeah,
got to be
with Armitage, with our pal Armitage Shanks. What did it work?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, that's right. Hail Caesar.
Hail Caesar.
Yes.
What did it work?
I mean, he's great at comedy, isn't he? As well. I mean,
he's brilliant. Because he did all those Harry Potter films.
The Wes Anderson.
Oh my God! Hands off my bellboy! Oh,
so bloody
good.
Funny in that movie.
That was the one where and also he played the rifle.
Budapest Hotel.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah, he also played the Auschwitz commandant as well. Is that Auschwitz or Dachau? The concentration camp. Yeah, and Schindler's List, where he's like picking them off.
To cheer me up.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, because your tears were tripping you.
Come on, son, I'll take you to cinema.
I'll cheer you up. I know you've just broken up your girlfriend.
Schindler's List.
Yeah. Aye, Schindler's List. That'll be fine. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
So best actress, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez. I mean, I didn't think she was that good. I thought Zoe Saldana was good.
Save it to the end.
Okay. Mikey Madsen for Anora. Demi Moore for The Substance. And Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Okay. And then best director, we're going to skip it. Obviously, there's a few like supporting actors and best best Mars bars on a set and all that kind of stuff. Best director, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez. Sean Baker for Anora. Brady Corbett for The Brutalist.
Ronnie Corbett's son.
Ronnie Corbett's son, yep. Coralie Fargate for The Substance. And finally, I'll let that sink in. And finally, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown. Quick question.
I know what you're
mad about this? Yeah. Annoyed?
Where's Mr. Villeneuve?
Where's my fellow Canadian? Where is he?
Yeah, that's shocking that he's not in that list.
Où Denis?
I think Dune Part 2, I mean, as a body of work, the complete thing is amazing. Second one
as a whole, it's brilliant. The second one, I think, is a better movie than the first one.
It is.
Like, there's more. The first one's building it. Like the first, you couldn't really do the second one without the first one. I don't think.
No. Not at all.
But the second one just like kind of hockey stick type.
Yeah.
As far as like the action, the story, pace, all that kind of stuff, I think he just nailed it. Just really well. And some of the cinematography that they got going in that is just amazing. Like the whole the arena bit with not Sting.
Aaron,
like that bit there. Aaron A. Anderson. Aaron Butler.
He's terrific in that movie.
He's brilliant in it. Because you think he's going to go and all that kind of stuff, and he doesn't.
I couldn't get Elvis out of my head, and then I saw him in a couple of other things, and I still couldn't get him as Elvis out of my head. And then I saw him in this, and I'm like, whoa, brilliant. Because he was in that airplane World War II thing, but he plays a kind of Elvis-ish character. And that couldn't get through that show.
Yeah. And that's I think that's
best movie
it, actually, as far as
best movie.
Oh, that was Best Picture was at the very start. Yeah, Best Picture was Anora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2. So Dune Part 2 does get a nod for Best Picture.
Does get it, yeah.
I don't think it's going to win it though, because it's science fiction. But this is the thing is like it's pure science fiction. So it's not like pew pew and all that kind of stuff. In fact it's less than pew pew, because the whole point is it's all about humanity as being the driving force in the universe and not machines. So there's actually there is a literal human story in that.
Yeah, anyway, we get a lot of really deep sci-fi.
I'm getting annoyed about it again.
We got a lot of deep sci-fi around that period there. From Apple, from obviously Dune, and what else was it? Oh yeah, Three Body Problem as well. A lot of real
from
deep,
Netflix,
deep sci-fi. Yeah, last year, really good stuff.
June, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
Yeah,
I think that's too many in that list.
Yeah, but the film list has to be a certain number. I think.
Does it?
The movie nominations
always be 5.
No, it's got to be 10, I think, or something.
What?
It's got to be 10 now for some reason. I don't know why. Somebody might be able to tell us in the comments why. But
there's 9 disappointed teams. I mean, is that the purpose of it?
Is there 10 in that list?
There is 10. Yeah.
Aye, there you go. Yeah.
So why 10?
I'm not sure. Why.
Funsies.
I think The Brutalist though seems to be getting a lot of hype around it for around the Oscar buzz. Is it tonight, the Oscars?
No, it's
next week.
Oh god, March, I think.
Was it March? All right, because we'll be able to watch it as long as you take the day off the next day.
Aye,
because I think Sky Cinema shows it live.
March 2nd. March 2nd. Okay. So we got a wee bit to go yet. Okay. For me, the biggest night in television, and I'm hoping it won't be the biggest night in television, is tonight because the Bills are playing the Kansas City Chiefs, or as we like to call them, the Kansas City Cheats.
Whoa, steady tiger.
Hey-oh. Have you not seen those ones where it's the new ref uniforms have been announced, and it's a picture of the ref and he's standing there instead of the white and black, it's red and white, and they've got a Kansas City Chiefs badge instead of an NFL badge. It's very funny. Anyway, so they're playing tonight, so that's what I'm kind of gonna be cheering them on.
This one
until 12 o'clock, and then I'll go to my bed.
Aye,
because it's on very late over here.
Yeah, if you want to watch the Oscars this year, you need to take the day off the next day.
Yeah,
you know.
This rate, I'll be taking most of March off.
I know. That's true. March is busy.
I know. It's a busy month. It's a busy month.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk sci-fi movies. We mentioned sci-fi movies there. Daisy Ridley's project is still alive, apparently, with George Nolfi writing the script, apparently. I keep saying apparently because...
Well, there's no script yet.
Where's the proof? No.
Despite the past things when there's no script, though.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
But there's a Sean Levy standalone Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling in talks to star.
What's your thoughts about that? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, I like Ryan Gosling. I mean, seriously, I think he's really good, especially at the old comedy.
I like him.
And I know you've seen him in like more straight things, like was it Between Two Ferns? What's it called? In the Pines.
Oh yeah, I've not seen that
Blue
one.
Ridge Mountains. What's it called? Oh, is it okay?
No, I've not seen that one. I've seen Drive. I've seen most of these kind of films. You know.
Yeah.
No, he's good. You know, he's a good all rounder. He's good.
Yeah.
I
like him. But I just don't know.
I don't know. I like Sean Levy as well. I think he's good as well. He's a good fit, I think, for Star Wars maybe. And I can see it being the more kind of action heavy, you know, swashbuckle type, you know, Star Wars that we've seen in the movies. Rather than, you know, what we've had in the TV shows. But I don't know. I do like him. I like both of them, but I don't know.
Do you think he's getting to do it because Sean's come up and said, and I can do this all for X dollars? And Kathleen Kennedy said, sold.
Maybe. I mean, they're talking... A big fan favourite is having Keanu Reeves coming into the movies somehow as well. Like a Dark Jedi or something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if... I don't know, maybe... I don't know, I feel as if Star Wars should have kind of... I feel like Star Wars should have more low-key actors that are unknowns, you know? Star Wars doesn't really have big names until they become a big name after Star Wars. Not that it matters, really, I suppose, but when you're watching Ryan Gosling, I feel like you're watching Ryan Gosling. You're not really watching him as a character, you know?
That's kind of when they announced Jude Law was going to be the series regular as in the Skeleton Crew, I was like, really?
I was a bit worried about that,
but I mean, you know, it's Jude Law. He's brilliant. So I mean, he was always going to be brilliant. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know, man.
No, I mean, that worked out okay. But you know,
I
think they're hedging their bets with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
I mean, how many we've got? James Mangold is meant to have a crack at Star Wars as well.
He's meant to have a trilogy. Yeah, he's meant to have a trilogy.
Sean Levy.
Yeah. So this is a Charmin Obaid Chinoy. She's the one that's going to be directing the Rey Skywalker movies, which are going to be 15 years after Rise of Skywalker, which is kind of funny because by the time they actually get it out, it probably will be 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker.
The thing is, those movies were so divisive. Did people actually want to see a Rey movie? I know they were $1 billion movies, but at the same time, you know.
I'm not that fussed, to be honest, and it's not, and it's a shame because like it's not Ray's fault
No,
as
I
a
know.
character, and it's not Daisy Ridley's fault as an actor. Like they were like she was fine in the role, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the movies
Listen,
themselves were so badly written.
yeah,
They
I
fly
always
now.
say,
Like
yeah.
somehow
I mean,
Palpatine returned, cloning
yeah,
only a secret's a Sith. No, like all of these are just they're not like George Lucas could write a clunky line better than the next man. I know, but these lines are like crowbarring plot into the thing, and it's just oh,
well,
just
I'll
worse.
defend. I'll defend Force Awakens. By the way, it set the trilogy up beautifully to crash on its arse. Unfortunately, and the characters of John Boyega and Ray, and they were brilliant. They were all. It was a great team.
Snoke
Um, and
became.
Snoke.
I mean, he became a
Snoke was
punchline
great.
though.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But that
I
was,
know.
that was like he ended up just being Snoke's in a jar. Like
It's
everyone on
cringy.
the planet
It's
keeps saying
cringy, isn't
that.
it?
You know,
Yeah,
it's
cringy.
awful. And like
Yeah.
that's not what's his name's fault. That's not Ryan Johnson's fault. The Snoke's in a jar thing. That's J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams can't write. He can direct to perfection, but he just don't let him write stuff. He's not good at it.
Don't well. If you're going to go down that route, don't let a, a director halfway through a trilogy go experimental,
Be
because that's what
experimental,
Ryan
yeah.
Johnson did.
Well, I mean that's on the executive producer at that
You know what I
point.
mean?
You know the high Hegian,
Yeah.
the
Well,
charge
we all know
of the company to do that.
that.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's not Ryan Johnson's fault. He should have been no steer the course. But then again, here's another thought: if you're gonna have a trilogy, have a series of where there's
no,
money to be made.
no, no. They should.
I They
I'm not
should
a
go
massive fan
beyond the
of the prequels.
Skywalker thing.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the prequels, but I think they were not necessary, but they were. People wanted it. People definitely wanted it. And there's
I mean,
goofy stuff in the original three movies as well. There's
yeah,
daft
there's a bit where
stuff.
Luke kisses his sister. That's
Yeah,
quite
there's
funny.
that. hmm there's
Um,
the Ewok stuff. You could argue was
uh,
a bit cutesy and a bit kind of trying to sell toys, type thing.
yeah,
Because it was originally going to be Wookiees, wasn't it? A Wookiee place, but
yeah,
they decided let's shorten them and make them cuter, and
yeah.
bang, you get sell more
You
toys.
get toys. Get more toys.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I've been reading a lot of history recently.
Get you, big brains.
Yeah, I know.
It's the glasses, isn't it?
It is. That's what it is.
That's made you more
They help me read
intelligent, telling me.
history. But there's a lot of there's a lot of main characters in history, and there's quite a lot of like crossover, like where because I went to Edinburgh Castle and it kind of got my interest peaked
Here we
about
go.
about
Big
about
expert now.
Charles. I'm not. That's the thing though, is that, and that's what I mean is like, so you get Charles II, who was like the guy that they restored the monarchy with, right? But there's a whole bunch of other characters that are floating in and out of history before that, before he gets in the scene, and I feel like to answer Alistair's question there is, I think there's more to Star Wars than just Skywalker. It's the
Yeah, I
same
think
thing.
we've done the Skywalker thing.
The English monarchy or the British monarchy than there is the Stuart family or the Tudor family or the whatever other Plantagenets or whatever it is that were involved in it. I think there's a lot of stuff that is out with that they can get there, and that's what annoys me about the fact of the cancellation of the Acolyte was you get so close to breaking free of that Skywalker thing, and it's like, we're going to bring back Rey because she's a Skywalker.
That's
It's
the
like,
problem with Star Wars fans are like the world's worst, because they're like, ask for something, they get it, and they're like, I hate that idea. Do you know what I mean? They're like, let's come away from
it
it.
again.
Such a big universe and all that, blah blah blah, and and then when we get it, we don't know what to do with it.
But again, that's what made.
I think they should have made the sequel films with all new characters, and not brought back the originals. I actually think that they should have brought the new characters in gradually, and it was the originals, because we never saw all three on at the same time. We never get that privilege again, you know.
Yeah,
but it was good. I mean, who didn't like that scene when you saw the inside the Millennium Falcon in the trailer, and then the door opens and Han Solo and Chewie come in, and he says,
"Yeah,
Chewie, we're home." I mean, who didn't get goosebumps at that?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
you know.
And then you Darth Millennial and stuff like that, and it just.
I tell you, just a quick thing as well.
The Knights of Ren.
Pointless. As well as having the Knights of Knee in there. I watched a documentary this week on YouTube, and it's all about the stormtrooper that bumps his head. You know, the outtake. You know, it's not an outtake. They left it in the movie.
Intake.
Intake. And so it's the guys trying to discover who the guy inside the suit was that bumped his head. And there's like two. They end up doing a lie detector test between the two kind of main ones. It's really good, and it's on YouTube.
All right, okay.
I think it's called The Empire. Oh God, The Empire Strikes Head or something. It's called.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
Stick it on your list, guys.
So I'm sitting reading history books, and you're sitting watching documentaries about stormtroopers hitting their head in the doors.
Pretty much. That's the difference between me and you.
Did you know? Talking about Charles II and restoring the English monarchy before people lose it. There's towers built by Cromwell in air, still to this day. The sea defences in air. He built these lookout towers.
Was that him?
Which I don't know if I'd be standing in one of those. Look a bit triggly. I know. Yeah. But yeah, you'd put somebody up there with a gun or something. I don't know, a pea shooter, and they say stand at your post. That's it up there in that shiggly bit of the tower. And they'd be like, "Okay, boss." Anyway, did you know? Talking of science fiction, we're going to stick with that for just a sec, because pretty much we're almost done for the news. Chris Pratt. Star-Lord himself and Rebecca Ferguson are in a sci-fi movie called Mercy. And it's been hit with a huge delay, and it's for Amazon MGM Studios, which probably means it's going to be straight to streaming. But it was supposed to come out in January. Sorry, it's supposed to come out in August this year, but now it's coming out in January.
No, I never knew about that film.
Quite a bit of a delay.
I heard of it.
Yeah.
No. There was other news that I never sent to you. Christopher Nolan's new movie has cast. It's got a hell of a cast. His new movie. I don't know. Are you able to find it, or do you want me to send you?
I will find it. Yep.
It's the lad from Walking Dead. Can't remember his name. He was in Fury as well, about the tanks.
It's the Odyssey, but he's not been making the Odyssey for years, like in bits and pieces.
Yeah, I think this is it. Actually happening now. But it's a stellar
Universal
cast,
Pictures again.
not Interstellar. It's a stellar cast.
Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland.
A lot of people he's worked with before Zendaya, as well.
Lupita Nyong'o, Charlize Theron.
Some cast.
Yeah.
Doesn't always make a good movie, though. A superstar
well,
cast.
Yeah.
Does that mean the movie's going to cost a fortune to make because all these actors weren't paid a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Christopher Nolan movies do well. I mean, Oppenheimer did fantastically well, but
almost $1 billion.
his other movies are probably 400 some roughly million.
Yeah.
So don't burst your budget, Chris. You know.
I didn't think Oppenheimer was that good a movie. I thought it was okay.
It wasn't. It was okay. It was very hyped, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I didn't like the black and white bits. Not because I know we have this running joke about me not liking black and white, but I don't mind. I just want to point out I actually like black and white movies. Before people start jumping at me,
I just want to point out I'm not racist. Not racist.
it's just that they weren't. I don't think they moved the story on, and I thought they were very tedious.
The black and white bits were done was flashbacks, though, wasn't it?
Flash forwards, I guess, because the color stuff was all done, was all the past stuff, and then the black and white stuff was all like the congressional hearings and things of the present day. Yeah. So I was like, okay. I mean, have we not done that before? Memento? Anyone? Memento?
Don't get me started on Tenet, by the way. That blows my brain. Tenet
is a brilliant movie. But in fact, I would give it 10 out of 10.
God. Oh God.
Oh dear. And do you know that movie is so good I could watch it backwards.
Oh God. I wonder what would happen if you watched it backwards, actually.
Yes, you probably summon Beelzebub.
Probably, aye.
Hear that? Satan is Lord.
Aye. No, that movie it broke my brain completely.
Aye, it's brilliant. It's really good.
It's crazy.
I love it. From the opening shot about the windmills.
It's two plots going like that, and it went.
Just crossing each other.
Kind of cross. Aye.
In the bit where he says, I'll see you. He says something like, "I'll see you again, but you'll never see me again." I can't remember the last time they basically like cross each other's paths. This is where I come in, or something like that.
Yeah, you know how there's a website called a YouTube channel called Movies Explained or something. I had to watch that to after Tenet, and then I was even more confused than I was before. I was like,
Have you watched the one about? About Interstellar?
No.
It's all about the journey into the afterlife.
Yeah, but I don't think I need to. Well, unless they bring up some stuff, more stuff. Alistair's saying JFK done the same thing, but with Oliver Stone. I'm not sure what he's referring to there.
I don't know. Yeah, that's because we were talking about stupid things.
Sorry, missed that there. I'll tell you what else I was watching.
Trump's released all the JFK things, and Oliver Stone says that's a great idea.
He's not released it yet. So.
Expect a JFK 2.
I signed it over.
I signed it over.
I watched a great documentary as well. It was about a Japanese crew going to Elstree Studios.
Going to hit the bumper.
And you can see where my algorithms are just now.
Algorithms.
What?
Algorithms.
Yeah, that. And it's a Japanese film crew go there when the Shining's getting made or has just been filmed there. And we
in Elstree or whatever it is.
Vivian Elstree. Vivian, his daughter, is there. And talk about an oversharer, by the way. She is like yak. She's 20 years old at the time, and she like pretty much gives the game away about everything about that movie.
Oh, really?
About how Jack Nicholson and what do you call her?
Shelley Long
never didn't get like each other, and were always fighting. And really great documentary, by the way.
Yeah,
fantastic. And she's round the props and shows where things were filmed, and it's nuts. Aye, really, like proper oversharing. But like my daughter, she's an oversharer, big time. Anyway, check that out. I don't know the name of it, but
Will do.
Elm Street Studios is Shining. You'll find it.
Where's the other one? And then the other thing we've got on other business is we've got a Superman TV spot. Do you want to watch that?
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
And we also have Mickey 17 talking of Robert Pattinson as well.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
From the director of Parasite. So let's start off with the.
Oh, we've got the TV spot.
Yep.
Warner Brothers don't like us, Stone.
Warner Brothers hate us, which is a bit ironic, but never mind. Yeah. Let's present it anyway before my machine grinds to a halt. I don't know why my window's so slow.
Probably better me presenting it than you. Anyway.
No, it's my machine's actually gone really, really slow. So.
Oh, sorry, it's working.
Yes, here we go. Here, they really are diving deep into the Alexander Salkind, Richard Donner movie, with the sort of the logos and everything.
So mostly the same stuff we've seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
I'm excited for this movie, big time.
Yeah. See what I mean? That July 11th. Yeah. And then the other one is Mickey 17.
That was pretty much just a short version of the teaser.
It was, yeah. It's just a
teaser.
A teaser of a teaser.
Aye.
And then, this is another Warner Brothers one. God, we're going to get crucified with these guys this week.
Oh, man.
Wacko Yakko and Dot.
No, I'm right up for this movie. This looks great.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that
Red Dwarf.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson searches for weird screenplays and characters to play. He doesn't want to do kind of straightforward stuff. That's why when he gets sent to Lighthouse, he was absolutely delighted because it was like tick the boxes. Have you seen any of that guy's? Have you seen Parasite?
No, I haven't. No.
That's a good movie.
He based the voice of Mickey on Steve-O from Jackass.
Well, I'd heard a rumour that Robert Pattinson's wanting to play Steve-O in his biopic.
Oh, is he?
I heard that. Well, I say I heard that rumour. Danny told me. Don't know whether to believe it or not.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I like these high concept things, man.
Yeah.
Whoa. This looks good.
It does look good.
Nice one.
Yeah, looks good.
Looks good. Some good special effects in there as well.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And close other tabs. I'm Ron Burgundy. Of course, I closed the wrong tab and shut everything down. Oops. Shall we talk about what you're watching?
Oh yeah.
What are you? What?
Well, 2 weeks ago, I went to see Nosferatu, and then for the last 2 weeks, I've forgotten to tell everyone.
Same thing happened to me with Emilia Perez.
There you go. There you go. Well, not for the same reasons as you, though, because I bloody loved Nosferatu. Absolutely terrific.
Spoilers.
Robert Eggers is my new favourite director, I think, or one of my new favourite directors.
Does Eggers not sound like something a person from Eton would call excrement? Not excrement, you know what I mean? I was trying to not use the word egg. What do you like for your breakfast in the morning? Bacon? I prefer Eggers.
No.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's brilliantly made. Cinematography is amazing. The brilliantly acted. Although Alan Taylor
Johnson.
Aaron Johnson. He hams it up a wee bit, I'd say. But
Does he?
yeah, he does a bit. Yeah, and the actual Count Count Orlok.
Oh, Orlok, yeah.
It's terrific. What they did
That's
there.
Bill Skarsgård, isn't it?
Geez, by the way, you'd never notice him. It's like Colin Farrell, the Penguins style of stuff, voice and everything. There's nothing of him. Nothing of him. It's so good.
Wow.
That boy will go far. And Johnny Depp's Lily Rose Depp, his daughter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
she's brilliant. I mean, people have kind of said some of her stuff's funny the way she acts in it, but it's not at all. It's really, she's really going for it. She's brilliant in it. Really, really good.
Sam said it. Sam saw it as well. She said it was really good.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it is deeply disturbing in parts as well, and for good reason. That's what you want in that type of movie. Brilliant, really 10 out of 10. Loved it.
Cool.
So much so that I forgot to talk about it for 2 weeks. We watched Blink twice. The Channing Tatum one, which was really good as well. Actually, brilliant. It's one of these kind of modern horror. Like The Menu. It's got that kind of vibe. The Menu.
The Menu reminded me of a Hammer horror movie.
Yeah.
Only obviously 10,000 times the budget and better actors. Sorry,
it seems as if it's like a kind of new genre of horror. That type of realistic thing. We watched another movie with James McAvoy in it, and it was about a family that meet another family on holiday, and they decide to, once they're back in the UK, they decide to meet up and go to their house in this really isolated farmhouse kind of thing, and gradually weird stuff happens, and they realise all is not well.
It's not for them.
And it's brilliant. It's really, really good film. James McAvoy is brilliant at playing unhinged characters. It's kind of you kind of wonder. Brilliant movie. Finished The Traitors. Bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
What a great show. Oh yeah.
What a show. What a show. All the twists and turns. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right to the end, the twists and turns, man. Brilliant.
I know. She's saying at the end, "Why won't you look at me? Why are you not looking at me?" This is so funny.
Yeah.
And then he did a wee smirk at the end as well. Oh, fantastic.
Also saying, "Oh yeah, we've started watching From."
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that one.
In, though.
Yeah. People are starting to talk about that show now.
Yeah. People are starting to talk about Severance as well.
Oh well.
That From looks, because it's from the creators of Lost, from the people who brought the tea into the set for the series of Lost.
Oh really?
But it's the executive producers of Lost. From the people who cut the checks.
We've started watching that. It's good.
It does look good though. Yeah.
Good. I started watching American Primal. On Netflix. Only one episode, but what a first episode! Fantastic, really good.
Was it good? I was going to give it a go.
Really good.
I might watch it tonight. Tonight.
Pretty brutal, to say the least. It makes you sit up and pay attention. It's good. I think else we watched. Rocky was our Friday movie. Still a 10 out of 10 movie. Fantastic. Brilliant. Everybody knows
What's
Rocky.
that about?
It's about an hour and a half. No,
Perfect.
it's everybody knows it's Rocky. Sylvester Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Although, do you know, I noticed in the screen, he wrote the screenplay, and the amount of times bad mood is said in that movie is a lot.
Oh, is it?
I don't know why. Yeah.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, bad mood. Anyway, yep, that was me.
Cool.
I think, but I'll probably.
I started rewatching. I was doing some paperworky stuff, and I was like, I need something in the background to kind of take my brain off of things. I started rewatching the Staircase.
Really?
Yeah, just in not really in the foreground, but in the background.
The documentary or
the documentary, not the Colin Firth one. It's such a well-made documentary. Oh, did you?
Aye.
I don't know. I don't know if I can bring myself to watch that, to be honest.
That's grim. It's only 4 parts. It's good. It's good. It's well made. Colin Firth's always good, you know.
Aye. Yeah. I don't know if I can bring myself to watch it. Anyway, yes, I started watching that in the background. I started missing you as well. Because, we only do this once a week now, so it's,
You're missing me.
Aye. It's very, Harlan, what's his name? Harlan.
God, is it one of his?
Aye, Harlan.
I get a bit fed up with his things because he puts in, do you know what bugs me? He doesn't put twists in, he puts in things that haven't come up at all, and then you're like, what?
Aye, yeah. Aye, exactly, yeah.
Kind of annoys me.
And a lot of this stuff is, it's like Dan Brown. It's very by the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, if you like those kind of, Richard Armitage is in it, for example. There you go.
He's in every single one.
He's in every single one of them.
Pretty much.
So the best one though of all of these, if you only need to watch one Harlan novel thing, can I recommend The Stranger? It's the better of all of them.
That is good. That was good. That one.
That's the one with Hannah John Kamen.
There was
Richard
another one as well.
Armitage.
There was another one that he did, and it was about those communities that are not caged.
Gated.
Gated community.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one? It had the guy from Dexter in it. His daughter went missing or something.
I don't remember that one.
Can't remember the name of it. It was pretty good. It was good.
Yeah. The woman from Benidorm is in that Strangers one as well.
Which
the
woman?
Stranger? Siobhan.
Okay, the main
Steve
Pemberton's
detective.
wife.
Aye, Steve Pemberton's wife. Yeah.
She's good. She's a good actress.
She's really good. Yeah. We're back to watching Black Doves as well, so we're down to like an episode a week, just because of timing and things like that. So it's taken us a long time to get through it. We're loving it. It's a great show, but it just so happens it takes us, so long to get through these things, just because we've got to watch other things. Severance is back, obviously. So episode 2. So episode 1 was the welcome back episode for the innies. And this week's was the welcome back episode for the outies. So it's what happened to the outies after the events of the finale. And it was a bit jarring actually, because I forgot that Melnick, is that his name? The black guy that likes the disco dancing.
Right. Okay.
I forgot that he's not a severed employee. He's just a regular employee. Right. And I forgot that, so he turns up at John Turturro's door, and he goes, "Oh, Mr. Melnick." Like, how does he know him? But of course, he wouldn't know him because he's not severed.
Don't spoil it. I've not seen it.
Everyone knows that though. But that's the only thing. And then this week, our Friday night movie, you had Rocky, I had Muppets from Space. It's not good. It is not good. So much so that they didn't make another Muppet movie until 2011. So it was like 10 years or something they didn't make Muppet movies. That's how bad it was.
I'm assuming
Jeffrey Tambor's in it. That's how bad it is. Huh?
Sam needs to get some other movies.
I know. But the big one I want to talk about is Emilia Perez, which, of course, 13 Oscar nominations. This is the one with hello, how are you? I'm pleased to meet you. From man to woman, from woman to man, from penis to vagina. That one. That's the song. That's literally one of the songs that's in it.
That's my favorite. Yep.
That's your favorite. Fantastic. So that features one of the songs. There's a couple of catchy songs in the show, in the movie, and it's such a small part to. Sorry, such a small part. That bit of the movie, it doesn't make sense. Like the whole story as a whole doesn't make sense. The only thing is, it's written by a French guy who's never been to Mexico, but thought to himself, I could write a story about Mexico and the drug cartels. And so he wrote this story about this drug lord. I don't know. Do you know the story of Emilia Perez?
Well, you're telling me it's a French guy. I don't think this guy likes Mexican people then, if that's the case.
Well, Mexicans don't like him, that's for sure, because there's a huge big backlash. Because one of the things is, so they like a lot of high school Mexican is used in it instead of high school Spanish is used. Sorry, high school Spanish is used in it, and not colloquial phrases you would use in Mexico. Like, for example, de nada, which is something you say when somebody does something for you, and then you say de nada, like as in it's not a problem. And he's got it as mucho de wherever it is, like some massive big phrase, like "thank you so much for your generosity" type thing. Like nobody would say that, and so there's all these kind of little kind of foibley things.
Never mind the semantics.
But the big thing though is it's a Greek tragedy. At its heart, it's a Greek tragedy. So it's kind of sort of similar. Like the way I kind of justified me continually watching this was I thought it was very similar to Oedipus. So it's the whole you get told some prophecy about you're going to kill your father and marry your mother. So what they do is they send the kid away and to a foreign land, and then the kid years later travels to this other place, gets in a fight with the king, who's his father, but he doesn't realize it, kills him, and then marries his mum. That's the story of Oedipus, and it's kind of like that's kind of sort of what happens in Emilia Perez.
That's probably why the Oscars are, then because if it's got that kind of heaviness about it,
The problem I've got with it though is it doesn't. All the bits are disjointed. There's nothing connecting all the bits in it, and I think maybe part of the problem is I don't know Spanish. That could be the biggest problem. Is the fact I'm not quite getting the because.
Hola.
¿Dónde está el restaurante? Cerveza.
Aye.
Cerveza for beer. Dos cerveza, por favor.
Oui.
Aye. So I think maybe that's part of the problem I had, because I was reading the subtitles and like the songs are quite fast. Some of them are quite kind of fast paced. There's a couple of good tunes in there. Zoe Saldana's good. Selena Gomez, who doesn't speak a lick of Spanish, she's in it, and she plays I think American woman who's engaged to this other guy. I'm not entirely sure if she's playing an American woman or a Mexican woman. She speaks some Spanish, but then every single time she does a line, she always does like the next line in English. So it's very difficult to sort of know. She's fantastic in it as well. The lead actress, who is a trans woman, she's good. But the problem I have with that is like they don't have a lot of good ways that they're explaining the story. And I know that's a terrible way to explain what the problem is, but that's the heart of the problem with this thing is they're taking this complicated love affair, Oedipus complex type thing, or Greek tragedy, I should say, not really Oedipus complex, but that's the kind of closest one I can think of. This Greek tragedy thing, and then like putting it to song, but like the characters themselves, the motivations, that's what it is, are not clear. Like the bad guy, the cartel boss that gets the operations, and becomes becomes a woman. Like, what's his motivation for that? It's not clear. Because he says something like, "This is how I've always been," but like he's like this cartel boss, and he's very kind of rough and tumble. And there's a song about he says, "You smell like my." He says to his auntie Emilia. The kid says to his auntie Emilia, "You smell like my dad. You smell like tobaccos and cars and like masculine things." So clearly, he's quite a masculine person. So why is he making the transition? Like, it feels like the reason why he makes the transition is because the cops, the federales are onto him, and the other cartels are onto him, and so he decides he's going to hide, basically. And that's not, I don't think, motivation for transitioning. I wouldn't like. That's not a like, you know.
No. I don't know. If you went to the doctors and said, "I want to transition because I've got a cartel chasing me," they'd probably say, "No, go back and think about it." You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, I mean, I watched 15 minutes of it. I could not work out what the hell was going on. There's no plot. Didn't seem to be a plot or anything. I maybe didn't give it long enough, obviously, 15 minutes. But
that's the thing, is that I'm reading into it that it's a Greek tragedy.
Yeah, but to me, 15 minutes in, you establish certain things. For me, it was nothing was getting established, so I kind of switched.
All of that seems rushed.
Yeah, but I thought to myself, I watched some of it because I thought, 13 nominations, what's all the fuss about type thing.
Oh, exactly.
I'd like to see the Brutalist, but if it's sitting on Netflix, this Emilia Perez thing, I'll watch a bit of it. But no, I didn't quite get it. And like you say, the songs are not really there either.
And it's very it's directed very much like a musical. Like they'll be talking away, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden the background will go black.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like two tables. Don't know. I don't know. I actually think they should not have made it a musical. I think they should have played it straight and made it like a proper story. But then again, I think that might have shown the weakness in the story, though.
Yeah.
And so by making it a musical, it's less likely to show the you could say, oh well, it's part of the musical and it's just it's artistic license and all that kind of stuff. Whereas if you played it straight, you
get away with more in a musical, definitely.
Yeah,
I would say.
So I think maybe that's the reason why. Should it win?
And I don't mean that disparagingly, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, should it win 13 Oscars? I don't think so. I don't. 13 Oscar nominations seems a bit steep.
It's not going to win them. I think the Brutalist is going to sweep it, but I think they'll win some.
Yeah. I think they definitely will win some. Yeah. I think they'll win. What's the? I just closed that window there. What's the Oscar nomination for best song? Let me see what it is. See if I recognize it from the list. Best screenplay, original song, El Mal from Emilia Perez. What's El Mal again? Let me see what this is. Hopefully you can't hear this.
I don't want to come to your house the next time and you're dancing about to that soundtrack in the kitchen.
That's a good song, actually. Yeah, that's one of the better ones. That song. Aye, okay. Win the Oscar for that. That's actually a really good song. Like I said, there's a couple of good songs in it. The one with that Selena Gomez does. I can't remember which one it is, but it's the one where she's kind of like she's saying that he tortures me, not like he tortures me, like as he physically tortures, like mental torture. And then he banishes me, and then he asks me to come back, and all this kind of stuff. That's a good song. But yeah, it's not 13
It's not your
Oscar
cup of tea.
nomination worry. It's not my cup of tea. It wasn't made for me, is what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough.
But I mean, I watched it and I didn't. Is it the worst movie ever made?
At least you tried.
Is it the worst movie ever made? No, there is down Periscope. So
I thought that was a reference to Rebel Moon. Then.
No. Is it? Oh yeah, that is the worst movie ever made.
Don't get him started.
Rebel Moon is my Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't get me started.
If you like this video, never mind the other stuff. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share on social media. It really helps the channel out. And if you want time reminders when we put something new up, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell. And thank you very much for commenting below. Thanks, James. Thanks, Alistair, for taking part in the conversation tonight and for coming along and spending your Sunday nights with us. Until next time, thank you again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.